Hi friends, it's Edwige, Coastal Magnolia. I hope you are well wherever you are in the world. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're already a subscriber. I love using epoxy resin and mica powder to create beautiful wine glasses that no one else has. They are by far my top seller at art and craft shows. So I'm going to show you today a really simple method for creating something absolutely spectacular. So my plan today is to recreate kind of this look. I'm going to try to make a turquoise color resin, more of a turquoise. This is aqua. I'm trying to make a turquoise, so with the gold. KSRESIN liquidy split, my go-to, my jam. Love this stuff. I'm going to mix 40 milliliters because that's the perfect amount for 4 glasses. Let me get to mixing. Can you believe I lost my microphone, lost the sound on my microphone right in the middle of filming? So I've got to buy a new one. This bottle of KSRESIN liquid resin dye in turquoise leaks on me every single time I use it, so I am so glad I am wearing gloves. I am adding, you can't really see it, but I am adding 1.5 drops of this liquid resin dye. It's very highly pigmented. It's a very pretty color, but it's so highly pigmented. I mean, look at that. You don't need very much of it. A little goes a long way, so why waste it, right? This is one of my absolute favorite colors of blue. It is so bright, but I want to try to make it more of a turquoise, like a power turquoise, or a you know, have more of the green tone in it. So my plan is to add some of this gold mica powder, and this may seem a little bit strange, but if you know, yellow and blue make green. So if I'm thinking if I add a little bit, and this is probably not even 1/8 of a teaspoon, if I add a little bit of a yellow tone to this blue, that might create a turquoise. Now I did get a nice color change here. It's a little bit more green than I would have liked, but it's a little bit deeper, a deeper turquoise. Not quite the turquoise that I want, but I'm going to go with it. I like it. Now, anytime you are mixing mica powder in with your resin, you really want to stir well and break up any little clumps that you have, because once that is on your surface, if you have any dry bits of mica powder, it could cause fish eyes in your resin. So mix it well. Now, my glasses are cleaned and they're prepped, and I'm trying to get my turner arm to go the right direction, which is that way. No, that way. There we go. And the other one needs to go the other way. Okay. So I have pool noodles on my turner arms, and then the white thing that you see is just paper towel so that you can see the color as I applied onto the glass. Okay, I made some camera adjustments so you could see a little bit more close up. I have my heat gun plugged in so that I'm nice and prepared. And this needle nose dropper, I have a link in the description to this on my Amazon affiliate links. And this is gold, Pixis Gold. I've mixed it 1-to-1 in a needle nose dropper with alcohol. So 1 part of the gold metallic alcohol ink, and then 1 part of just regular 91% isopropyl alcohol. And I do this just to thin that metallic out a little bit. Look at how pretty that color is. Oh my gosh. It's really green when it's thick, but that is really stunning. That is really stunning. It is a little bit more green than I would have liked. So I think I'm going to do a little bit of experiments maybe, and try to get more of a, I don't know, I just need to experiment with some colors. But I'm applying a thin layer, And you've heard me say this before if you've watched my videos, you don't need a thick layer of resin on wine glasses to have a really pretty effect. And my theory is that why waste the resin? You don't need a thick layer. You just need a thin layer. So it's about 10 milliliters per glass. I had my camera angle completely wrong on that one. So the reason you don't need a thick layer, number one, it wastes resin. Number two, you don't need a thick layer on a wine glass. If you're making a tumbler, like a stainless steel tumbler that's real popular now with resin, you have thicker layers on tumblers because they get thrown in backpacks, they get tossed in the backseat of your car. So you want a thicker layer on a stainless steel tumbler to protect, to I guess resist chipping. But on a wine glass, you don't need a thick layer, because if you set your wine glass down on the counter hard enough to chip the resin, you've broken the glass. And if you drop a glass on the floor, of course you're going to chip the resin, but guess what? You've also broken your glass. So why waste the resin? You don't need a thick layer. There we go. There's a better camera angle. Let's see if we can fix that. Here we go. So this is the last one. I just love this color so much. If I did have a thicker layer of the resin on these wine glasses, I think that green color would show up a little bit more. So maybe I'll try that next time. So I'm going to get every little bit out of my cup. Now you notice that I'm not going all the way to the top rim of the wine glass, and I prefer not to put tape on the top rim. I prefer instead just to use my finger and kind of smooth out that edge, and you see how it's kind of fluid and natural, and it looks like, a natural wave. The KSRESIN is a food safe resin once it's fully cured. And drinking out of a resin wine glass like this, your exposure is very, very limited. So there's really not a cause for concern if you were to touch your lips to it. You're fine. Now I like to get every little bit of resin that I can out of my cup. I do not like to waste. If I do have any extra resin left over, I will sometimes have a little, like a little turtle mold that I can put the leftover resin in. So I usually am prepared with a little mold so I can use the leftover resin, but I try not to have any leftover. So I want to use it on my cup instead of wasting it. That is such a pretty color. All right, just a little bit. And it doesn't hurt to have a thicker layer on the glass. I just would rather not mix up more than I would need. So let's make sure everything is nice and smooth and my hand is nice and resiny. Now I'm just going to take my heat gun on a low heat, high air setting, and I'm just using this to pop bubbles. This is my preferred way of popping bubbles. I really love my heat gun because I can use it also to, to push the resin if I'm trying to blend colors. You'll see me use the heat gun a lot. Now I'm trying to drop on the gold alcohol ink, but it's plugged up with something, and every once in a while they get little boogers in them. That's the downside to using the needle nose droppers, is they can get plugged up. That's just one of the downfalls. So I just always have like a little sewing needle that I can use to stick down into the needle applicator and unplug it. Okay, so next step is just putting on random drops and slops of the metallic alcohol ink. I gotta watch my cord there, and it's really random. There's no pretty rhyme or reason to it. But now my bottle is out of ink, so I have to fill it up, and it's a good thing that I bought the 4-ounce bottle of the Pixis from Amazon, and I do have a link in the description below to my Amazon store if you want to buy it. It's much more economical to buy it in the big bottles for the colors that you're going to use a lot, like gold or silver. I buy turquoise and also the aqua in the big 4-ounce bottles. Pixis will even send you a little funnel that you can use, and they will send you two of the needle nose droppers when you buy the big bottles. So it's a win-win for me. I usually make a big mess when I'm refilling my bottles, but this time I didn't spill a drop, I don't think. Can't really tell because my workspace is a mess. I'm probably using a little bit too much gold here, but I really like the random pattern of this. I probably could almost leave, just kind of leave the glasses alone and let the gold sort of do its own thing. What I'm going to do now is take a squirt bottle that I have filled with 91% isopropyl alcohol, and I'm just spritzing the alcohol on top of, I'm trying to hit the gold. And I'm not spraying a lot of alcohol, but what the alcohol is doing is it's breaking up those big spots of gold, and that's allowing the color to just kind of spread out over the glass. It's fracturing that gold and allowing it to it's not really blending in with the blue, but it's breaking up the gold, and it's going to create some really, really amazing patterns. Now, what I probably could have done is concentrated the gold more on the top of the glass instead of putting it at the bottom of the glass, because what's happening as the glass is turning, it's just natural physics. The gold is going to try to push itself down to the lowest point of the glass, and that is the base of the stem. So it's almost like the gold wants to just gravitate down there towards the stem, and that's okay. It tends to get a little heavier. The gold is a little heavier down at the stem, but it's okay. It's still a really, really cool effect. These are quick and really easy to make, and I really like them. Just keep working it with the alcohol until you get the look that you want. Once I'm happy with the look, I am just going to leave these on the turner to turn a couple of hours. I'll come back and check on it once in a while. I don't babysit them. I just kind of let it do its own thing. They're going to be dry to the touch in about 4 hours. And generally I do let these spin overnight, and then I take them off and give them a clean, and I'll show you guys.
Check it out.
So stay tuned.
See you in a little bit. Excited to see what we have. This is more of an emerald green, but I think it's going to work. It's going for more of a turquoise, like turquoise rock color look. I have an idea. I'm going to try with mica powder, like instead of liquid resin dye and mica powder mixed together to form the turquoise, using mica powders a blue mica powder and a gold mica powder to make more of a turquoise. So I like these. Like, I really, really, really like these. So here are all 4. Really happy with these. They're all, pretty evenly matched as far as the gold ratio. So this is a winner. But I am going to try with mixing the probably Nokon Blue mica powder and then the Seso gold that I have, and see if I can get a good blend of color to create more of a turquoise, because the Nokon Blue is a really sharp blue. But winner, winner, chicken dinner. Bye, friends. Love it. Love it. Love it.